Welcome to in the Key Demos Wrasslin reviews, and we're gonna review MLW tonight. I am Zero the Hero, and he is,
Not Super Mario.
and let's get right to it. So it starts off with
MLW tag titles.
yes, and it started off with a package first that
Oh, that's right.
made no sense with the tag match. It was just between Oliver and Fatu. So starts out with the tag match, which already to me, I hate to nitpick, but it was heel versus heel. That already bothered me.
And you're not a fan of Los Parks, right?
I'm not a fan. I don't know why LA Park, as legendary as he is, he's still doing dives as if he's 20 years old outside the ring.
A
Uh, so yeah, for the most part, I
very sloppy match.
I think they were trying to be baby faces, like the way they were wrestling, but
Oh, wait, Los Parks?
they've been heels.
But they had outside interference.
I know, but like the way they wrestled, so you saw Hijo del Park trying to like hulk up, his dad trying to hulk up, trying to like rob the fake. So that kind of threw me off a little bit.
Uh,
Wait. I said this before on a previous review. I had said that Gotch seems like he's not committed to Contra, right?
mhm.
So when the match started, you saw Davari talking crap to Los Parks. He's trying to take the titles. Gotch seems like he's just interested. Like he's just like, that's literally his reaction. Where Davari was like, like, and LA Park was like, it's me, Bert,
Yeah.
But Gotch is just looking at the opponents, no reaction. This guy needs to be fired for that because I want somebody who has conviction, who's in their gimmick. This guy, I'm tired of him. Fire his ass. But anyways,
You're just not a fan of Contra or Los Parks, right? But
I don't mind Contra as long as you take it seriously. Davari takes it seriously. Fatu takes it seriously. Gotch is the one that's kind of holding them down. And stop with the signal cutting off, whatever. But it's a decent stable. Like they're kind of growing on me now. Scotch needs to be replaced. But with that said, what's your thoughts on the match?
it was a very sloppy match. Pretty slow to me. I don't know what. I mean, at least Los Parks were able to do that dive outside. I mean, the only highlight of it for me was what's her name? Selena De La Renta
Yep.
outside trying to hold those big tag titles, looking pretty good. But yeah, I didn't understand it. They're both heels, obviously, and Los Parks actually ended up winning with outside interference, right? From
Injustice.
Injustice. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's the other group they're feuding with, right?
Oliver and
Oliver,
Myron.
yeah, yeah. So, but I don't know. That was a very sloppy opening match for me. But, at least those parts retained. I mean, not a fan of either, but as long as Selena Del Renta keeps holding those tag titles, I'm a fan.
I mean, that is also my highlight was her. She is gorgeous. Hopefully, my girlfriend forgives me for that. But anyways,
If
you know,
she
with
if she sees that, I'll tell her I put that in the script. That's basically me saying she's gorgeous, and he just said it for me.
yeah.
So
That said, the ending was okay. It does further the feud between Injustice and Contra, so it was okay. The post match had the Von Erichs in Kauai, Hawaii,
still
and
talking about Filthy Island, right?
I don't know what Marshall was talking about hammerhead sharks.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on in that. So I was like, bathroom time.
I mean, I still found it entertaining. Damn, how much bathroom breaks to take the whole freaking how.
Well, I think I ate some bad pizza, so it's still not sitting well.
All
I
right.
mean,
Well, that said, you missed the entertaining promo from them, and then I don't know if this was before the squash match or after, but Selena De Lorenzo was calling out Alicia Tude, saying that Holiday is her boy toy. So that was, which I thought was funny because
I did too.
they do seem like a on screen couple, and I think it was also a package of Buko Dao and TJP. So they're gonna go in a match, hopefully 1-on-1, to settle it because They got to resume that. Um, it leads to the squash match between some jobber and Pero. So
It
what's
was
your thoughts?
Pero and Duke. I don't know who cares about the jobber, but at least that was a proper squash match. Took a minute 37. That's how it should be done. He didn't even let the jobber get in any offense and just looked totally dominant in that match. I actually love this squash match. What about you?
My only complaint was this: was he wrestling like a heel or a face?
When you're facing somebody way smaller than you, doesn't matter. I mean, you're gonna destroy them, aren't you?
Okay, but to you, what did it seem like?
He kind of seemed like a heel, like a bully.
Okay, right, a heel, right? So in the post match, he was talking about avenging Savio for that crowbar hit from Mil Muertes. So he was a heel in the ring, and then he's the baby face trying to avenge the good guy. So that is just nitpicking, but they got to clean that up a little bit right there. But yeah, it was just a squash match. Nothing much to say. And
But
then
it was a good squash match. I mean, other companies can learn from this.
yeah, of course. And then you had right after that promo, you had a filthy Tom Lawler promo, and he
I
does
love this
the
guy.
typical heel thing. He says, "I challenge you, Von Erichs. I challenge you to face my student, my lackey." So it seemed like it was gonna be him against the Von Erichs, but he's I forgot his name. Point is in a jungle fight. So another
The jungle fight.
backyard low production match. Here we go with dark lighting and anyways.
And the city
So
lights in the background.
yeah. So and then after that,
The next, I don't know about segments, but I know the next match was Calvin Tankman versus the Laredo Kid.
Laredo Kid.
Okay, this was my last bathroom break of the night, so I will let you take it. Sorry, I just
You sure
that
just
pizza.
paused it.
I had no time with the way that pizza was coming at me.
You missed probably the best match of the night because
Really, I thought it was gonna
yeah,
be a squash match. Cause
no. Laredo Kid is one of the top stars around the whole world. Big
okay,
as a Phoenix or a Mysterio, but like as a luchador, he's up there. So I expected a decently long match, about 10, 15 minutes. I was wondering who was gonna win because they're trying to build up Tankman, but they have Laredo Kid. So I was thinking, are they gonna let Laredo Kid job out? And they did. And this is why I respect Laredo Kid so much. Why he, in my opinion, aside from Ray, because but Ray's kind of old. But the current best luchador right now is Laredo Kid in my eyes. He can sell. He fights for he fights as his weight. Where when you see a luchador, they push around the big guys. Like in Ring of Honor, you saw Dragon Lee push around Jay Briscoe or the Mexican Squad pushing around Shane Taylor. It doesn't look right. So here he actually played his actual weight. Tankman just basically whooped his ass. Laredo Kid got some offense in, but obviously Tankman the finish, it was kind of awkward. So it was decent, but at the end it kind of got awkward. But nonetheless, Tankman won, so they're trying
yeah,
to build him up.
I saw that dominant win at the end, so that's all I caught.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the match.
And
Any
then
thoughts on that one?
he cut his promo afterwards, right?
Right, and
Which after since I didn't watch the match, I was like, how long was this match? Because I was like, is Tankman that sweaty, or did he add some extra body oil on himself?
that was a pretty damn good promo. It was realistic. He played off his life, like how most new wrestlers do, but it seemed in a way more aggressive, like more badass.
Yeah, good babyface promo, and then clearly called out Fatu, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that was a pretty good promo. Uh, what came after? I should have wrote this down. Like on the. All right, and then you finally had Alicia Tude confront the Dynasty, and I guess they're trying to Stone. Has he always been comedy? Kind of. I'm not really sure.
Not till recently, but I'm actually liking it.
Yeah, like it's
Oh, because he mixes. I keep forgetting his name. What's his name again? His partner or the guy he's with in the bathroom?
wait, repeat that again.
What's his partner's name?
Richard Holiday.
Yeah, Richard Holiday. I keep
Holiday.
forgetting his name. Yeah, but I mean that's why I'm a fan of it because I guess they both mix well, so it's not doesn't really seem as goofy, but I don't know. It's just the right kind of comedy.
Yeah. So that said, there was also a promo with I forget his name. I believe it's Gino Medina, something like that. And he was cutting in on Gringo Loco. So they're trying to further their feud, which is fine. The problem is I can see the potential in Medina, but he still needs works on his
Yeah,
promo.
and he's
So
been in a little bit more in the ring.
yeah.
Yeah,
And but yeah, so
but I
it's
want to
good to
see
see him.
where that Richard Holiday story goes. That
Sure.
has me invested right now.
And then that leads to the last match, which
The
was the
main
main
event.
event. And then in between the beginning and the main events, they had like I think maybe three. There were two packages of Oliver in the past going from like lightweight to middleweight and then to heavyweight, where he's like winning. He's winning against all odds. So nice touch there, sports based. Then events and so what do you think?
I thought it was pretty good. I just didn't like the interference. What was that guy's name? Reed, the guy with the vest. This
Myron Reed.
Myron Reed. Yeah, like I'm like, why is he there interfering? Like they're baby faces, and he's basically like, what was he holding or doing something to Fatu while the referee's back was turned? I didn't really like that, but the match was pretty good. I thought Oliver got some momentum at the end. I didn't think he was gonna win it, but kind of it was good to see him get some shots in. But in the end, I don't know. It was I would give that match a 7 because I wasn't a big fan of the interference. I wish they would have just let these guys wrestle, just them two, because
Contra.
it was a pretty good match
Yes. See,
without the outside interference.
I thought they told a pretty good story, and Fatu, he actually sold his knee. So that was
Yeah,
good to see. So overall, I like the match. Obviously, as the commentator said, he's still inexperienced and he has, a ceiling. He still hasn't reached his ceiling. He has potential, but clearly, I mean, compared to Fatu, he's not even
yeah.
close. But
There was no way he was going to take the belt off him, but
yeah, of
it was,
course.
it was still a good match. Yeah, and like you said, I like how Fatu sold his knee injury, and what you think of that ending?
Trying to remember the ending.
Contra came out again with body bags. Remember
All right, and then my
what
thought was Darby Allen.
what happened?
My thought was Darby Allen.
Oh, who they said it was Contra, and who else? Those guys with body bags. I guess they're not part of Contra.
They're part of Contra, but it's kind of like the Dark Order
Oh,
where
okay,
they have the creepers. They're not part of the main roster, but they just have them there.
that's what
Kind
I
of like
thought.
that.
I was thinking
Yeah.
the same thing. Darby Allen and a Dark Order coming out with body bags, and then out came Tank Man for the rescue. Uh, what'd you think of that?
They had the right idea, but the execution was kind of poor. I don't know how often he's done run-ins, but it seemed kind of sloppy. Like they're
Yeah,
just
it did. When he was taking out everybody, it didn't look that good. It was pretty sloppy. And what's his name? Myron Reed, is that his name?
yeah.
The guy with the yeah. Again, gets involved and like these
See,
Tank Man and Fatu staring each other down, going at it, and then Myron Reed again jumps in there. Like, man, that guy's a heel to me.
this is what they should have done. Oh, Myron Reed, he wasn't beat up in the match, so he could have escaped the body bag, attacked the lackeys, leaving just Gotch, Fatu, and Davari. Then Fatu's gain up on Reed, and I guess Davari, whatever. So then here comes Tankman. He rushes in. The lackeys are already down. He attacks Gotch. and then he attacks Davari, and then he confronts Fatu. So it's more fluid. Instead, he just had to do like weak, like a forearm here, forearm there. Like
Yeah,
it took forever. So it was awkward, but he's still green, so I give him a
yeah.
pass. And at the very least, they're trying to develop, a guy, and he has potential. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, a bit too green.
Is he Fatu's next challenger? You think? Is that what this is setting up?
I'm assuming because I mean Contra wants to go up against Hammerstone to take his title, and Contra has no title, so yeah, I'm assuming his next feud. It's possible that Tankman may join Injustice, which it'll make the stable more appealing because they had a member injured. I barely began watching this show, so I don't know who the guy is, but it was if they make him join, it's a nice addition. And plus, they can have Oliver or Reed speak for him. What actually he could probably speak for them because his promos was actually pretty damn good. So
Yeah, Tankman.
who
Yeah.
knows? Yeah.
I
So
thought it was a pretty good episode tonight. Great rebound after that disaster, Filthy Island.
yeah.
Uh,
The first match was horrible though. The first match was just awful.
yeah, I mean, I get it. Those parks you're not a fan of, especially the older park, or is he LA Park?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he looks pretty bad in the ring, except for that spear he delivered. That was his only highlight. That spear, he was,
Yeah. That spear was actually pretty decent.
but other
So
than that, like, oh man, I don't know who's worse. Well, I was gonna say who's worse, Jericho or this guy.
let's not go there. But
Yeah,
that's it. le- le- it's like you said, it was a good rebound because Filthy Island was just awful. They further storylines from 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So it was, nice to see that. And it seems like they're in a pretty good direction. So I'm almost no complaints except for the first match.
yeah. Uh, I need to see more of Selena de Laurenta.
Yeah, sure, why not?
And what was the other girl's name that the she said is Holiday's boy toy?
Alicia Toot.
Yeah, I need to see them in a match.
I don't know
Her
if she
and
even
Selena de
wrestles.
Laurenta.
Anyways, before you say bra and panties match.
No bra and panties match. Maybe a pudding
uh,
match or jello match.
so so that's the episode. You heard our opinions on it, our review. We'll be having another discussion up very soon, and yeah, so we're gonna be reviewing NXT UK. We're gonna start reviewing 4 shows when NWA Power comes back. So Mondays, Ring of Honor, and NWA Power on Tuesdays, MLW Wednesdays, NXT UK on Thursdays. So we don't know if we could always do it like right now where it's split screen. Maybe one of us will, review one, or we'll see how it goes. But with that said,
I'll try to
we
convince Zero the Hero to throw in Dynamite once in a while.
I am gonna watch Dynamite once because a
When will this
fan was
happen?
after Revolution. If they have good storylines, I'll maybe start watching it. But right now, it's just awful. But with that said, we are in the key demos, Wrasslin reviews, and thanks for watching.
Have a good night.